Hello, this video will help you, a 4-H family or a 4-H volunteer, enroll in 4-H online. First, we will talk about setting up a profile. You will be required to set up a family profile on 4-H Online, the online North Carolina 4-H enrollment and event registration program. The family profile will be where the members, youth, and adult volunteers will enroll. This website can be found at nc.4honline.com. Your first step in creating a family profile will be to select I need to set up a profile and complete the fields required and click Create Login. The first question will ask you if you're in a military 4-H club and to select your county. Today, I'll be using Clay County as my sample. Enter a 4-H email that you may be contacted at regularly. You'll also be asked to create a password. It must be a minimum of 8 characters, at least 1 number, and 1 capital or non-alpha. Make sure that the role you select is family, then click Create Login. Next, you'll be directed to a page for family information. As you can see, it has automatically populated the email and the last name. Now you need to plug in the mailing address and other information that is starred in red. If you click Update Member Records with this same address, it will automatically populate for each member in your family. You have the option to update your password management, then click Continue. After adding the family, add your family members to that profile. Use the following to determine the type of membership to add. Youth should be 4-H members between the ages of 8 and 19 who are involved in a 4-H program. Only enter adults who belong in adult volunteer categories. For adults and youth, the next pages are authorization releases and help forms for risk management. These are important to have completed in case you get injured at a club meeting or 4-H event. If you have questions or concerns when filling out the forms, contact your county extension office. First, select any new members that you are going to add. I'm going to begin with youth. Click Add Member, and then it will ask for that youth personal information. Complete the starred red fields. As you can see, the address has auto-populated. You'll be asked for emergency contact name, phone number, cell number, and relationship. For the 4-H county, please select the county in which you are a member of 4-H. This could be different from the county in which you reside. It is important to click the county in which you are participating in 4-H programs. If this young person is also a volunteer, such as a teen club leader, please check yes, otherwise check no. It will also ask for school information. If you are unable to locate your school in the list, please enter the school name and type in the fields as directed. If there are errors, as I have run into here, you will see the red box at the bottom indicating there are validation errors in the form. Scroll back up and see which are highlighted in red, fix, and then click continue. Next, you will be asked to verify medical informed consent for treatment. Please read, click for consent or not consent, and sign. Next, it will ask for you to confirm 4-H Code of Conduct and Disciplinary Procedure. Please read, and at the bottom, signify yes, you have read, and both the member and the parent must sign. Next, you will see a North Carolina 4-H Youth Development Program liability of waiver, assumption of risk, and indemnification agreement. Please read, scroll down, click yes, and both the member and the adult must sign. Next, you will see a youth media and publicity release. Please read, scroll down, and check yes, that you do agree for public release by NC State, or no, you do not agree to use for any public release by NC State. And then both the member and the parent should sign. Next, you will see a help form. Please complete any information that should be released to those who are caring for your child at 4-H events. Then at the bottom, click continue. And it does require, even though it's not starred in red, certain things to be completed. The TB test, the address of your physician, name and address of a dentist, health insurance information, and information about your custody release. You may be asked to produce a photo ID at checkout if listed in this box. This is for your child's safety. Please be aware of this policy before picking your child up. Next, you'll be asked to identify with a club. Click on the scroll down box, select a club. If you do not see your club listed here, click Member at Large. Then click Add Club. Then click Continue. Next, you'll be asked to identify with a 4-H project. Select a 4-H project. Here I'm going to choose Bicycle Safety. Select the number of years that the member has been involved in this project and click Add Project. Next, you may also identify with a group, such as a 4-H camp. If you belong to a group other than a 4-H club, look in the scroll down box, select that group, and click Add. Now you have completed your enrollment for the 4-H youth. Submit enrollment at the bottom. Once you have submitted, your 4-H agent will be notified of your enrollment registration. They will review it and accept it, and then you should receive notification by email of your acceptance. Now let's enroll an adult volunteer. Add a new family member and select Adult. Then click Add Member. And you'll see the same type forms that we completed for the 4-H youth. First, there will be one on adult personal information. Complete the red fields. And again, enter your 4-H county at the bottom. This is the county in which you participate in 4-H programs. If you reside in a different county, please select the county in which you participate in 4-H programs. Then click Yes for volunteer and complete the information about ethnicity, race, residence, military service, Next, you'll be asked to complete some additional information. A liability waiver, assumption of risk, and indemnification agreement. Please read, scroll down, check yes, and add your signature as the adult. Next, you'll see the medical release and consent to treatment. Please read, check yes, you do consent, or no, you do not consent, and sign at the bottom. Next, you'll see North Carolina 4-H Volunteer Standards of Behavior. Please read, scroll down, click yes to agree, and type in your signature. Then you will see a volunteer photo media release. Please read, check yes if you agree for public release by NC State, or click no if you do not agree for use for any public release by NC State, and insert your signature. And finally, you'll see volunteer screening and reference check authorization. Click yes to agree and insert your signatures. You'll also see a selection size for t-shirt. Then click Continue. Next, you'll come to the help form. Please answer the questions. If you take medication on a routine basis, yes or no. Your date of birth. Explanation for anything you may have answered yes to, and any additional medications. Date of your last flu shot and last tetanus shot, and name and phone number of your physician. Then click Continue. Next, you'll be asked some information about volunteer screening. Do you understand that your participation as a volunteer is dependent on the results of a background check? 4-H volunteer screening forms will be sent to you from NC State University. Then it asks some additional questions about volunteer screening if you have been a 4-H volunteer before. Why are you interested? Have you ever worked with youth? The amount of time that you are considering. If you are a 4-H alumnus. If you have access to a car and your driver's license. Any traffic violations. Your employment history. Your past employment history. And questions about your education. It also requires 3 references not related to you who have knowledge and who have known you for at least 2 years. Provide complete addresses, phone numbers, and email addresses and their relationships to you. And lastly, it will ask you which club and projects and groups you identify with. Select the club in your county for which you volunteer. Select the volunteer type, and then click Add Club. You do not have to add a project. You may click Continue. If you are a volunteer for a group, you may select a group. Otherwise, you may select Submit Enrollment. Your enrollment registration will be sent to your 4-H agent, who will accept your registration. If there are any questions, those will be shared with you by email. Good luck, and thank you for enrolling in 4-H Online.